Hello, you're watching Guitar 101 Rammstein. Been a while since I've done some videos. I broke my camera. I found a kind of solution for it so far. Just bought replacement batteries. So far it's working. Anyways, besides that, I've been just super busy. Changed jobs 3 months ago and getting used to that. It's also summertime, so spending a lot more time outdoors. Anyways, I'm always making stuff here. I always wanted a telecaster, but especially lately, I've been listening to a lot of country music lately, so the Telecaster is like ideal for that. Especially with the single coil pickups and that kind of twang sound. It's very unique. Wanted a Telecaster, couldn't afford one. And I mean, sure, they make these really cheap, like Squire Bullet ones or something that are not very good. And I also always wanted to get one of those DIY guitar kits, so I finally broke down and bought one. I did a little research. In Europe, we have a big it's like the biggest online music store called Thomann, and they also have in the UK as well. They have their own brand. It's called Harley Benton, and the older stuff was pretty much garbage. The newer stuff they're making is pretty decent and very cheap. The guitars, basses, whatever. Good reviews, surprisingly, on the stuff for the prices. And from what I understood, it's made in Asia, I think China or something, I don't know. But they pretty much follow the same kind of standards for quality control as like bigger companies like Ibanez and Jackson. So I watched a few videos on guitar kits. Some were pretty bad. There's a lot wrong with them, and some are better than others. And this had pretty decent reviews, so I figured I'd go with this one. It was like €77, I think. So that's probably like just under $100. It comes unpainted. You know, it's a neck that the headstock isn't shaped. There's body, the electronics, pickups. Even came with some crappy strings, and everything there you need to put a guitar together. And so this is a finished project. I call it the Weidmann. Gave it the logo. I don't know. The light is not the best in here. Weidmann is basically means hunter in German. It kind of matched the color scheme, I thought. I put a 9mm bullet shell in the headstock. Also did a leather pick guard because it had a white pick guard that looked really ugly with this color. I did make video of like a lot of the process of how I painted it and did the work on it. The only problem was I was using my cell phone, and it's like I can't hold that and do the work at the same time. So it's more like explaining. But if you guys are interested in seeing like the full video on that, just let me know in the comments below. I'll have to put the footage all together and see if it's even worthwhile, but it should be okay. I'm also kind of tempted to buy another kit soon, and these are fun to build. What I did for this, the finish, it's I took a torch and burnt it to get the darkened grain, and then I used this green wood stain, and it comes in a powder. You just mix it with hot water, and it works pretty good. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It sounds good, plays good. I still need to adjust the truss rod. I'll get to that in a minute. Sounds like a Telecaster, and it's kind of personalized. So I like it. I made the headstock's comes like a paddle shape, you know. So I cut it out. I was starting to found a template for a Telecaster headstock, and I was like, I want it a little different, so I left this little part here. Painted the neck as well, or stained it, and I started to seal it with tung oil, and I went back and forth, and then what I did is actually I found a spider web, and I spray painted that silver, put the body against it, and then sprayed it with hairspray just to stick it on, and then I had to spray lacquer over it, which worked, but the problem was the tung oil takes a long time to cure and dry, and if you spray lacquer on it before it's totally dry, you get this crappy effect, like crystal looking effect on it. So I had to fart around with it a bit to get it to look okay. Next time I try it, I'll be a bit more careful with that. In this light, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, there is a real spider web there. Right on this part. I don't know. I'll put a picture. It'll be easier to see it. Actually, there's a bug in the spider web too that came out, but it's under the pick guard, unfortunately. For the leather pick guard, I had some nice, pretty thin leather, really nice leather, and I used contact cement to glue it to the plastic pick guard, and then carefully with a razor cut it out. Pretty simple. Had to cut all the holes for the pickups and the screws as well. So I'll go over the pros and cons of this kit and play a demonstration at the end so you can hear what it sounds like. It was packed really well. Huge box. Everything packed kind of individually inside the box. As soon as I got it out of the box, it shipped fast too, I have to say. But as soon as I got out of the box, I was like, cool, I can't wait to work on this. Came just on the day, time for my days off. Pull it out, and the neck had the string nut installed already, and it was broken. And it wasn't like it got broken during shipping. I looked, because this was all sealed in a bag with the neck itself. The piece that broke off the string nut was nowhere to be found. It wasn't in the package. So it was broke before they even packed it and shipped it. So that kind of, I was like, maybe I have to return it. I don't even want to start painting it because then there might be a big headache to return it. So I wrote to them. They kind of lagged on answering. They would answer like once a day during business days. And of course, this was like on a weekend when I got it. So they answered finally and asked for a picture of the package and everything. And I just said, look, no, it wasn't it wasn't the post office that screwed it up. It was mailed that way. And I had to kind of write back and forth with them more than I wanted to, and they refused to write in English. I can speak German, but it's I could. There's a lot of words I don't know in German, so that was kind of annoying. And first they offered like a €20 discount, and I looked on their website and they have Fender Telecaster string nuts made from bone that were like €22. And I was like, look, just send me that and I'll be happy. It's €2 more. And it was a little bit back and forth, and they finally sent it. So that's what I installed on it. Upgrade on the string nut. So that was the one problem. It kind of annoying problem because I didn't even want to start on the guitar yet. I didn't even want to take it out of the package when I saw that because I thought I would probably have to return it. So that was nice of them to upgrade that. Everything else went smooth. I've seen some videos where like the screws, the holes pre-drilled for the screws do not line up. This all fit together really well. Even the neck into the neck joint fit well. It comes with instructions in English and German. And I was watching a video of some guy do it, like putting it together. It's all in German, but he explains all, and he was having trouble with it too. He called them like IKEA instructions. IKEA instructions are pretty bad. You can't make stuff clearly out on the pictures, even for like the wiring for the pickups. So you had to plug in, check which one is what, and there's no way to see that on the photo, and it wasn't just me. Another thing is the screws all come in one bag, and they're different size screws, but it's really hard to figure out which ones are for what. And I ended up like putting some of the wrong screws in and realizing I don't have enough for another part, so I had to swap them out. So that's a little annoying, but they were exact on count. At first it looked like, oh, I have a couple extras. Okay, that's better than not enough. They're exact on count, so you got to like count each hole to figure that out. I still tried that as methodically as I could, and I still had a little bit of issues with that. Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, I saw like another video where they shorted the guy on one of the string trees, the retainers here. So, that, I guess the first thing you want to do is make sure everything's there. Unfortunately, in the instructions, it doesn't have a detailed list of the count of everything, so you can double check that. It's one of those things, probably you'll start working on it and realize, oh, I need this. Or they forgot to, so hopefully you get a kit that's in shape. The specs, I mean, like the electronics, the hardware, it's all cheap. I was expecting that, but it's cool you can upgrade it, so that's not a big deal. It works though. So just go over the specs. The wood is Rangus wood. It's pretty heavy. It's got some weight to it, but it's nice. I like it. One thing, because if you look on the Thomann website for the UK, some of the description's a little bit different than the German one. They leave out a detail. One thing about the wood is they use some kind of pore sealer on it. So if you're going to spray paint it, you're fine. That works as a primer. You don't have to primer it. I wanted to stain it, so that pore filler was kind of a pain in the butt. I had to really sand it a lot, and the stain did not want to take. I had to do a lot of coats and let it sit for a long time in like a pool of the stain for it to even start to take. So that pore filler, I wish they didn't do, but that's how it is. So Rangus wood. It's a hard wood. It's pretty nice. The neck is maple. Fretboard is amaranth. It's got a double action truss rod. And finally I had it all finished, painted, dried, and everything. That's like the worst part, is just waiting for the stuff to dry. You just want to put it together and see it and play it. I got it together relatively easy, and then I start tuning it up. And one of the tuning keys just happened to be with Machine Heads, the top one. I go to tune that high E string, and almost there, and boom, it goes loose. The Machine Head was faulty, stripped or something. So luckily I had another one that almost matches. I wrote to Thomann again, said, hey, this doesn't work. I'm not going to send a picture because you don't see it doesn't work, but trust me, it doesn't work. And they wrote back. It took days again. They write an automated response. We'll have someone get back to you. And then someone writes again. And then they said, oh, we have to talk to the manufacturer if they will send a part. It might be you have to return the broken one, blah, blah, blah. And it can take up to 10 days. And that was the last thing I heard. And then I get a package from in the mail. I'm like, cool, but they sent me another string nut. And this one's like I think the standard Harley Benton plastic one. Not as good as the bone one. So there's a bit of miscommunication there. I'll try writing again because I had to take this out from another set of Machine Heads, so I'd like to get the broken one still replaced. And it's super hard to see, but it's a different size. So I want them, I'd like them to have them match. I put a lot of work into the aesthetics of the guitar. Setup was pretty easy. I thought especially these old style bridges, you can't one screw adjust two strings for the intonation. And I was pretty lucky with the intonation. The biggest issue, and I still got to do some adjustments on it, is the adjusting the truss rod. At first there was way too much back bow. The neck was like, it needed relief. And I loosened the truss rod over and over, and I was like, it's sort of better. And I was like, I can't loosen it anymore, it felt like. And I got it pretty decent. Next day I go to check it out, and everything adjusted in the neck, so the truss rod, there was too much relief. I had to tighten it. And again, after sitting for a few days, it looks like I got to tighten again. The action's a bit high. That's going to throw the intonation off a bit. But it's kind of cool. It's a good project because you learn more on guitar maintenance and setup this way. The string nut didn't quite fit in because it was a Fender one and not the same as the Harley Benton. It took just very little bit of sanding to get it down, and I'm pretty happy with the height of it. That's my first time installing a string nut, so I think I'm okay with that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, I think I want to buy another kit and make another one. That spiderweb thing I've always wanted to do for years and years and years and years. So I'm glad it turned out. It's visible. You just got to see it in the right light. So you'll see it on a photo. So that's it. We'll check out how it sounds at the end of this video. And like I said, if you want to see the whole process of all the work I did on it, I can try to put a video together of that. I have the footage. So thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, watch my other videos because I'm like just a few hours of view time away to get monetized. Alright, I'm running through my Kemper. It's a Fender Twin 59 profile. We'll try the bridge pickup first. And it's a little noisy because it's single coil. Also, I probably where I move in the room because the computer monitor and stuff makes it worse. It's got a very that snappy, twangy sound. So, bridge and neck pickup. And bridge pickup, which is our neck pickup, sounds very nice too. Almost a Strat kind of sound, but Super Reverb Max 3. Different profile. Neck pickup. Bridge and neck. And bridge. And of course, when I'm recording, I screw up more than normal. Not to get too political, but this meme is relevant. So, overall, I like the sound. I already recorded a song with it. Pretty cool sound. I do got to adjust the truss rod a bit more. Action's a bit high. Other than that, it's playing pretty good. Fun guitar to build and fun to play. It's like I've got a lot of guitars. My room is getting cluttered with guitars. I'm almost tempted to buy another telekit and sell this one. I don't know. I think next time I build one, there's some things I learned, especially on the finish and the paint job and stuff like that I can do better. And try out different ideas. It's a fun thing to do. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Here's some better pictures I'll put up of it. And like I said, if you want to see the video of more of the process, and if I do build another kit, now that I have the camera working, I can, with the tripod, I can get a lot more footage of how I'm actually doing it. Like I said, the headstock needs to be cut out. I don't have a scroll saw or a bandsaw. That would be the easiest way. So what I had to end up doing is cutting it with a jigsaw, which is leave a lot of room for error. Don't cut along the line. Leave a good quarter inch or so, eighth of an inch around the line you want the design for. And then I did the rest on a belt sander, on a grinder. So I have one for knife making, and that did the job great. Quite a bit of hand sanding. But yeah, it's definitely a fun project, and I like the results I got out of it. It's a very unique guitar, in my opinion. So yeah, this is, now I've got this plugged in, I'm going to sit and play, jam.